Well, healing over curriculum.
That is what students and staff at Berendo Middle School will be focusing on again today. Well, as you can see, the Roswell community lined the streets to welcome students as they got to school yesterday, armed with streamers and signs and making plenty of noise, all to show their support. Every class got a visit from the governor, who reassured kids there was help there for them if they needed it. Still, it was not easy for parents.
Well, I had told her last night she didn't have to go if she didn't want to, if she didn't feel like she wanted to. And she said, well, I can't be scared to go to school, is what she told me this morning.
The superintendent says it was the best idea to get the kids back to school quickly so that they could keep their routine.
Well, the two students hurt in the shooting are still in the hospital in Lubbock, Texas this morning, and this week they got a special visit from the governor. Someone with the children at all times, lots of family, they're doing good, and they are hanging in there. We now know that that young man you saw, Nathaniel Tavares, is a 12-year-old who got shot in the face and neck. Originally, we thought he was 11, but he is 12. He is heavily sedated and on a breathing machine, and his family says he keeps reaching for the respirator because he doesn't feel good, which is a very good sign. He has had surgery on his heart, and both of his eyes were hurt. Then there is this young lady, Kendall Sanders. She is still in the hospital as well, and Governor Martinez tells us the girl is doing better and could get out of the hospital very soon. Now, the families of both Nathaniel and Kendall want you to know that they are thinking about the young man who shot the two and are even expressing compassion toward him.
I did want to report that both families, both the Sanders and the Tavares family, have asked that I say that they are also praying for Mason Campbell, who is the shooter.
Well, Mason is now charged with 3 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. He is here in Albuquerque going through a psychiatric evaluation that a judge ordered.
The teacher who police say talked to the accused shooter and convinced him to put the gun down is also back in school. John Masterson is being hailed a hero for confronting the suspected teen shooter and getting him to put the shotgun down. The governor also visited with Masterson yesterday. Investigators say Campbell only had 3 shells and used them all when Masterson had him set the shotgun on the floor.
Oh, we are closely following all the developments from the Roswell school shooting. Our continuing coverage will keep on going through the morning, then today at noon right here on News 13. And of course, you can always get the latest anytime you'd like at KRQE.com.
Santa Fe police continue to investigate what they are calling the suspicious death of an elderly man in his home. Officers found 74-year-old Larry Roybal dead Tuesday night after his family called saying they were worried because he did not show up for work. They say his home on Don Diego had been ransacked, but it is not known if anything was taken. Investigators are waiting on the autopsy to determine exactly how Roybal died.
Well, 2 Albuquerque police officers are recovering this morning after getting attacked when they tried to stop a man from killing a woman. Officers rushed out to a domestic violence call at this home near Tramway and I-40 yesterday. Witnesses say the 2 officers knocked on the door, then this man, Anthony Abeda, went after them, hitting one of them in the head. Both are okay. The woman at the house was badly hurt and is still in the hospital. Police arrested and tased Abeda, who's now facing a number of charges, including attempted murder and battery on a police officer.
A former resident of the controversial Youth Ranch in New Mexico is suing over alleged abuse. The lawsuit filed in late December claims that Tierra Blanca Ranch did not protect the children in its custody. The resident, who was 15 at the time, claims that he suffered emotionally and physically during his year at the ranch. The lawsuit names Tierra Blanca owner Scott Chandler along with other ranch staff. Several state agencies are also part of this new lawsuit for allegedly not overseeing Tierra Blanca and failing to properly investigate claims of abuse.
Considering the firestorm that was created, through all this, not really surprised somebody does that.
Tierra Blanca Ranch is already suing the state after allegations of abuse surfaced from CYFD and the investigation that CYFD did. An Amber Alert had been issued after state police showed up to remove teens from the ranch and found that teens were gone. Owner Scott Chandler, who you see here, was identified as a person of interest. The teens were later found safe. Worried parents are coming forward about a man they say is taking photos of girls claiming to be a photography student. Two 14-year-old girls were at Bianchetti Park near Lomas and Juantabo on Wednesday when they say a man in his 40s approached them and asked them to pose for pictures. The girls did, then apparently things got creepy. The girls' moms are worried about what he might be planning to do with those pictures.
He started taking pictures of us, but we kind of thought it was a little sketchy because he wasn't pointing the cameras to our faces.
I wanted to find a baseball bat. I want to hurt him, and then if I go to jail for hurting him, I hope he's in the same truck with me because I'm going to yell out just as loud as I can. He was taking pictures of my kid, so when he gets to jail, he gets beat up more.
APD came out and took a report soon after this happened.
And another warning for parents this morning is if you don't have enough, this one about what could be a deadly new trend. A 16-year-old boy, this young man who was crossing into the U.S. from Mexico along the border in San Diego, died after drinking liquid meth. He tried to persuade border officers that the meth wasn't anything bad, so he took a big gulp of it, and he later died. Officers say they are seeing more and more of this liquid meth, and obviously it is very dangerous. Wow. Ouch.